Welcome to a quick time update of the Douglas County Board of Commissioners meetings for the month of March. With me is County Manager Jim Nichols, and Jim had a meeting on March 5th, and the primary topic there the commissioners were dealing with is commissioners upheld a planning commission denial of a solar photovoltaic facility to be located on property in the East Valley. What were the main reasons for the denial?
Well, the Planning Commission had decided that the project did not meet two of the required findings for a specific use permit, findings A and B. Finding A relates to a project being consistent with the policies of the master plan, and then finding B relates to the location of a particular facility and it being consistent with the surrounding development and neighborhood. The Planning Commission did not believe that the project met those criteria, and ultimately the Board of Commissioners upheld that decision.
Okay, and I guess we could see these people come back if they were able to meet those requirements.
They potentially could, or if they go to a different site or even a different location on the current property that would meet the findings A and B, yes.
Okay. Well, on March 19th, commissioners met up at Lake Tahoe and they accepted a Douglas County classification study and directed staff to develop a plan for implementation. Could you give us more detail on what exactly is a classification study?
Sure. That's a study where we look at both how our employees' positions are classified relative to each other, and then the compensation associated with those positions relative to other comparable markets in the area. So we presented that information to the board, and the direction was, okay, now that we have the information on the compensation schedule, give us a plan of how we're going to implement that, because it's one thing to understand what you want to pay employees, but it's another thing for it to be affordable and sustainable for the county. So that's the next piece of the puzzle we'll be working on.
Okay, also on the 19th, commissioners heard an update on the process to secure passage of the Douglas County Conservation Bill.
Right, and the great news with that is that the bill has been brought forward at the federal level, both at from the House and the Senate, and we have, it appears, unified support from all of our state representatives. So we're very optimistic and very hopeful that possibly later this year we may see approval of that bill.
Great. Well, that pretty well looks at the March meetings of the commissioners. What's coming up in April?
Well, in April, the biggest issue we'll be looking at that I'd say is of greatest significance to the county is the countywide connectivity initiative, where we look at all the transportation projects that are necessary and the funding sources for them. So that's going to be on our first April meeting, and it's going to be it's going to have a significant impact for the county.
Well, Jim, I want to thank you for being here on the Quick Time Update. I'm Lloyd Higuera for County Manager Jim Nichols, and that's our Quick Time Update.